JJ, you want to get us started with Josh here?
Hey Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Playing football again.
What's it like to get back out there?
It's awesome. You put a lot of hard work in the off season, and just to come out and be able to do what you're working so hard for. It's a lot of fun being out with the guys, and competing again.
Was it any different from the fall practice? Coach said you guys seemed a little bit more efficient.
100%. Coach Lundy and Coach Traylor talks about all the time that where we left off last year has to be our floor this year, and we have to go even higher, and our expectations are higher. So, where we left off last year is our floor, and we're picking up where we left off, and that's our goal, and just building off of that.
Coach Traylor was telling us he wants more, I guess, bullets in the gun, for lack of better terms, as far as the offense. You feel that's going to be what this spring is going to be all about for you guys?
I definitely think that's one of the areas that we're focusing on, is just being able to attack the defense a little bit more and have more bullets in the chamber. And it doesn't mean that we always have to use them, but they're there and they're efficient, and we're really good at them. So that's really what we're working on. One of those things.
I wanted to ask you about your rehab last year. What was that like, and just kind of what went through your mind during that process?
Obviously it was tough. I finally get the shot to go out and start, and I broke my collarbone, and that's the first game I've ever missed due to injury for football. But God gave me a real sense of peace about it, and the training staff was awesome. It made it fun for me to come every day and to work hard. And 3.5 weeks after surgery, I was already throwing the football again. So it was something that we worked really hard, and it was a process. But at the end of the day, I think it made me a better football player and a better man. And I'm really grateful for the training staff and all that they did for me.
I think I counted 8 quarterbacks on the field today. What is it? Any challenge in having that many players at your position?
I kind of see it as just facilitating competition. That QB room is still really tight, and we understand that you have to compete for the reps, and there's a lot of guys in there, and it's just iron sharpening iron. And the coaches believe in that, and we believe in that, and we're having a lot of fun. And obviously the reps, sometimes you don't get as many as you would like, but that's not really what we're there for. We're there to compete and to work as hard as we can and make the most of the reps that we do get. And that's kind of our attitude, all of us.
Okay, Greg.
Josh, along those lines, do you feel like this period is an important time to sort of, stake a claim to a spot on the depth chart, or is it more about just kind of getting reps and learning some of the new things? Like, what's the overall focus here?
For myself, or for the team, or where are we?
How about for both?
So for the team, I think it's about building, and it's about growing on where we left off last spring, and having our culture meet our expectations, and just continuing to grow and get better each and every day. And I think we're on the right track for that. And for me, it's always competing, trying to be the guy, and trying to be the best that I can be every single day that I'm out there. And obviously that comes with, being more efficient and also learning the offense better. But I'm feeling really comfortable with it, and it's just about me going out and competing.
How much different is that competition process this year, given that you guys have a spring and an off season to really work with the coaches rather than last year where it was so condensed?
It makes all the difference to have extra time, extra relationships, and more time to, watch film, talk football, and those relationships have grown. And, our off the field things like throwing with wide receivers on our own and things like that, it makes all the difference, that extra time that you get to get. I mean, when I first got here, it was like just in the middle of summer, and I didn't have much time. And, it's the same thing with the guys because of COVID. So just having that time and that repetition and getting to know each other and getting familiar and working together, that makes all the difference in the world as far as on the football field.
And you talked about your recovery and injury situation a little bit, but I'm curious, did you end up coming back quicker than anticipated, or like what was the timetable versus how it played out?
I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. So I think that was right at the 4-week mark is when I got cleared, which just goes to show, that's as fast as you can possibly come back from a collarbone and the surgery that I had. And it just goes to show just the hard work that the training staff does. What a great job they did to get me healthy and ready and keep my spirits up and really just made it a lot of fun for me. And I appreciate that.
We didn't really know it at the time, but that game against UAB kind of ended up being the difference maker in terms of the divisional race there. Do you ever think about like what could have been if you had been able to play that game, or if you hadn't had that unfortunate injury pop up when it did?
Of course, I'm human. I would have loved to just go out there and play and finish the game. But at the end of the day, things happen, and you can't really think about what could have been. The team, we fought really hard, and unfortunately, it's just a few plays, just like any close game, that really decided that game. And I ask anybody on the team, if we had those back, I think we would have won that game. Regardless if I was in or not. And you can't. You just really got to build off of that. And obviously, we get them this year. We get to play them again, and hopefully, we'll be able to set the record straight and come out with our best foot forward.